Hi, I'm Diana Gonzalez. I am currently a math lecturer at Cal State Long Beach, and I was an SI leader for Math 122, Calculus 1, and Math 119A, Survey Calculus for bio majors in 2013 through 2015. So one of my favorite memories being an SI leader was having students come together in study sessions around like halfway through the semester and on, because at the beginning, they're still getting to know each other. We're still learning how to study, how we vibe. But by like halfway through the semester, after the second exam or around the second exam time, they're collaborating more with each other and using each other as a resource. So I always liked seeing that transition from the beginning where we don't even know like what student hours or office hours might be, to having study sessions where they're working together and collaborating, and you just get to observe from the side and see how much they've grown. So that's always been something I look back on in SI. I am a math lecturer at Cal State Long Beach, and I've been teaching for them first as a grad student in 2016, and then as a lecturer from 2018 to now. So SI contributed a lot to this choice. First of all, SI contributed to changing my career path. When I started with SI, I wanted to teach high school. And after being an SI leader for a year, I decided to switch my goals and pursue a master's degree so that I could teach college, because I love working with first-year college students and being a mentor to them, because that's what I felt that I needed. So I usually tell my students, whatever milks your cow when we're learning math, and working with first-year students and here at the university really milks my cow. But SI not only helped me choose my career path, SI changed the way that I teach. It changed the way that I saw teaching. I was so used to the traditional style of teaching where an instructor, writes on the board, you copy blindly sometimes trying to catch up, and then you learn it on your own afterwards, or you go to tutoring. But SI really showed me how you can kind of mesh those together. I got to observe so many different instructors teaching when I was an SI leader for calculus. I joke around saying I took calculus like 7 times because of all the times I sat in a calculus class. But it really changed my philosophy and helped me create my own teaching philosophy, where now my current classes, the way that they're run is after every 10-15 minutes of us going through content, I make sure there's some form of standing up. Students go to the board, the activities feel like SI sessions, my office hours feel like SI sessions. So SI really taught me it showed me how I wanted to be as an instructor. And it also taught me how to establish a healthy learning environment for my students. As an SI leader, we don't have to be as authoritative, maybe as an instructor. We do have to have that authoritative figure because we do want students to respect us. But at the same time, we're kind of in the middle, so we get to play that mentor role. And usually by week 3, I begin to channel that and help my students transition, just remind them that I'm here to help them transition. And there's been so much positive feedback within my classes because of that. So I'm really grateful for SI for that. And lastly, SI was like my first real job. It wasn't tutoring under the table or grading. So I had to actually communicate with my mentor, Lindsay. I worked with her for all the 3-ish years that I was in SI. And it taught me how to communicate professionally, how to have meetings, how to work together with people and discuss common goals, which I now do in the math department. I was given the opportunity to be an SI mentor, and now in the math department, this is my second year where I get to train and observe our incoming graduate students that want to be teaching associates. And I get to provide them feedback and work with them to have a common goal. So everything that I've learned in SI has directly played a part in everything that I do now for my job. I'm really grateful to have been in SI. SI has taught me so much. It taught me how I would like to teach. It taught me how to collaborate with students, how to talk to them to come up with a common plan, how to adapt to their learning modalities. The phrase I use, there's two phrases I use with my students. One is math makes friends, because it does. And the other one is whatever milks your cow or your oats or your almonds. We want to be inclusive. But those phrases come from having been in SI. SI taught me that we all learn differently and we have to take the time to appreciate each other's learning and also practice how to communicate our thoughts, because if we're understanding the same topic and we have different ways of communicating, we want to find a way to reach that same concept or be able to communicate those concepts to each other. And that's both student to student and student to instructor. I don't want to force students to all learn exactly how I'm learning, so I have to reach them in the middle. And being an SI, it taught me how to be adaptable, and it taught me the confidence to be able to learn. If I can't find a way to reach you right now, I will find a way to reach you by the next time I see you. So it really taught me that. It also taught me how to communicate with my peers or my colleagues in terms of asking for feedback, wanting to be a better instructor, how to get them to understand a certain topic. So I no longer felt uncomfortable expressing that I didn't know. SI really taught me to like own up to that and say, you know what, I don't know how to get students to understand this concept. Do you have any resources available? And it taught me how to better serve students, my community, how to be a better person overall in the workplace and in myself. And that taught me so much confidence. I'm really grateful for SI. Some tips that I have for graduating SI leaders. One of them is to be confident in yourself. I hope that through the SI program, through this program, we have developed confidence in ourselves and in our abilities, whether it's in teaching and communicating, in knowing that we have the ability to learn. Just take that confidence with you and practice those good habits that we preach to our students. Continue practicing them outside of the workplace and not lose that role model that we have become, because we've been role models to students while in the program, and it continues to go on. We can continue to be role models to our peers in our workplace, to our colleagues, to our friends around us, and just continue to be our best selves. We've helped students be their best selves, and we can continue to do that for ourselves. It's also important to know, or just to remind ourselves, how much we've learned in SI outside of the classroom, and remind us of the worth that we have and all of the services that we can provide to the community. And we're great people. So when you're out there looking for a job, just remember all the skills that you have gained, both soft skills, hard skills, all of that through SI, and keep that confidence with you. Would I recommend SI to my students? Of course, 100%. I talk about SI every semester, multiple times. I still teaching calculus right now. I told my students how Kelly Hasenjaeger was the SI leader that motivated me to continue to do SI, and she mentored me. I keep in touch with Lindsay, and I'm always trying to scout for people, saying like, you should be an SI. When we interview featured math teachers at the math department, I always ask, like, have you heard of the SI program? Because you can gain experience teaching in the classroom, and it pays pretty well, in my opinion. You can get experience teaching in the classroom. You can gain so many skills. I remember being in ordinary differential equations, and a limit came up, and we had to use L'Hopital's rule. And I'd just gone over it with my students a few weeks ago, and my peers were wondering, like, how did you remember to do that limit? Like, we haven't seen Calculus 1 in years. It's like, I saw Calculus 1 yesterday. So it was so fun to continue to grow my skills and understand these topics in different ways, and work with other people and share this passion that I had for math. And I think it's such a great program. It taught me how to be in a professional working environment. It showed me what I wanted to do for my career. It helped me gain skills, soft skills in terms of communication. SI helped me better my own skills for teaching. It it's been the best experience that I've had. And I felt going into my job, I felt that I had a leg up because I had so many years of experience before even getting my bachelor's degree. So I graduated with teaching experience, which is something that not everybody can say. So yes, I definitely suggest that or recommend people to do SI.